Hello, Raindrops. Welcome to Governminute, Minutes That Matter. This is Mr. Ray, asking you to take care of three things right now. Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on the notification bell so you know when our videos come out. As always, we dedicate this video to the glory of God who blessed this land. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're back. Thank you for hanging in there with us. I want to talk to you today about a few things. January 2024, it's the beginning of an election year, a presidential election year. There are election years with just Congress and presidential election years. This is when most people pay attention. This is when the vast majority of people who are going to vote do pay attention. And so it's going to be interesting. Starting next Monday night on the 15th of January, there are the Iowa caucuses. A caucus is one type of nominating election states use in order to pick the candidates from each party that will run for president and other offices in November. Now, most states use a primary system, and there are different types of primaries, but there are primaries and there are caucuses, and we'll be keeping up with those as the year goes on. This is like the playoffs in a sports league. For instance, let's talk about the NFL, since they're getting close to coming up on their Super Bowl pretty soon. The AFC teams, the teams in the American Football Conference, will play each other from 6 teams down to 2, and then the winner of that game will be the AFC champion. The NFC will do the same thing. They'll have their playoffs, and the winner of among all 6 teams in the NFC National Football Conference will be the NFC champion and the AFC champion, and they will go against each other in early February in the Super Bowl to become the Super Bowl champion. Same thing with our political parties, the 2 major political parties. You have the Democrats, who will fight among themselves. President Joe Biden is running for re-election. There's a gentleman whose name escapes me right now who's running for president as well. He's a congressman in the Democratic Party. And so they will be fighting it out. And on the Republican side, you have former President Trump. You have Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, and Governor Ron DeSantis running for the nomination for the Republicans. So whoever wins the Republican contests, caucuses, and primaries will be the Republican who goes against, most likely, President Joe Biden in November for the Super Bowl of politics for the presidential election, and that person will then become the president starting in January 20th of 2025. So that's what's going on politically pretty soon, and so we'll keep up with that here on Governminute. So please check back for analysis and results and that type of thing. And be ready, if you're not registered to vote, please contact your local voter registrar's office and register to vote so you may participate in the fun. But I want to talk to you today about something else going on that's been big, that's been become a major issue in both parties, and that is immigration and the control of or lack thereof. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that the American people haven't raised more of a stink than there should be. According to the Customs and Border Protection Agency, an agency of the federal government, who is charged with securing our southern border, in fiscal year 2023, which was October 1st of 2022 to September 30th of 2023, there were some 2.5 million immigrants encountered on our southern border. 2.5 million immigrants encountered on our southern border. Now, this does include immigrants who went to a port of entry to legally ask for asylum, but that also included many more illegal immigrants who were captured or encountered by Customs and Border Patrol. In the Constitution, if you don't have one, you should get a copy of your own Constitution. Article 4, Section 4 says this: the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union, a Republican form of government. Pause. That does not mean the Republican Party will control the state government. All that means is a representative form of government. A form of government, so there is not some state dictator trying to run things all on his own or her own. And so that is what that means. It's not the Republican Party, it's a form of government. Continuing. And shall protect each of them, the states, each of them against invasion. Have you seen the news reports? Have you seen the video? Have you read about the testimony of people on the border? What's happening? We are being invaded to penetrate, to spread into or over. People who we have no idea who they are, people who could be citizens of nations other than Mexico or Central America, people who we don't know why they're here. We don't know if they mean us any harm. We don't know if they're just here to work and send money back to their families. We don't know if they're planning something big to attack us. We have to know who's in our country. How many of you leave your front door or your back door unlocked and let anyone come in that you want? Wait, let me wait. I'll look in the comments. No one. No one. And why? Because you need to know who's in your house. You don't leave your house wide open for anyone to walk into. Why should we leave our country the same way? Why should we allow anyone who wants to waltz in to come in and we don't know who they are, where they're going, and why they're here? I can't believe the American people haven't revolted about this. I can't believe Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, that his approval numbers aren't in the teens or single digits. He and his ilk are destroying the fabric of this country by allowing people who we have no idea who they are or why they're here or what they're going to do to come into this country illegally. No sane person, no person with a decent functioning brain is against legal immigration. No one has a problem with that. Very few people have a problem with that. The problem is illegal immigration. Again, we have no idea who they are. We have no idea why they're here. And I can't believe that people in this audience and in this country have not raised a stink and demanded that the government enforce Article 4, Section 4. So how can you? Well, you can, if you know your representative or you know your senator, you can go to their websites and you can send them messages through the website about your feelings and what you want done. You can also call, if you don't know who your congressperson is, if you don't, your representative or senator, you don't know who they are, you can call the switchboard for Congress. That number, and I'll have it at the end of the video and in the comments, pinned at the top. The switchboard operator for Congress is 202-224-3121. Again, that number is 202-224-3121. Ask to be connected to your representative or senator and leave whoever answers a message that you want our border secure. We're not asking for anything special. We're not asking for anything extraordinary. We're not asking for anything unconstitutional. It is in the Constitution that they're supposed to do this, and they're not. And it puts all of us and our way of life in danger. You can also call the White House. That number for comments is 202-456-1111. Again, 202-456-1111. This is beyond the pale. This is more immigrants, legal and illegal, than ever before. Why won't this man, the head of the federal government, the man in charge, the buck stops here, why won't he do anything about this? Or is it by design? Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you paid attention because there will be a test at the next election, which is coming up in 11 months. This is Mr. A reminding you that we, the people, are the government. We'll see you next time.